joining me. I have a really, interesting, fun guest with me today. So Mohamed Mohamud, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Baar.
Thank you for joining me. So I wanted to talk to you about your lovely project, Somali Sideways.
Yeah.
Tell me about Somali Sideways.
Yeah, it's basically a platform for Somalis to showcase their stories online with a little twist of standing sideways.
Oh, okay. So where did the idea come from? Standing sideways. Why not just take a picture of facing dead on?
Yeah, I've started to see a lot of pages that are quite generic and similar. So I thought I wanted to be a bit different.
Okay.
And the first photo I took was my friend Ahmed, and it happened by chance. And I thought I might use this for future purposes. And
okay.
Yeah, and I thought in the beginning I wanted to take photos of Somalis standing sideways at different locations, but I thought that wouldn't be enough. So I thought maybe they were to share a little bit about themselves, and then the rest is history, I guess.
Share a little bit about themselves. Do they write? Obviously, they write it and they send it to you.
Yeah, they write it and send it to me. Or if I meet up with them in person, they tell me their story and I write it down and then I post it.
So, do you want people to inspire people? Do you want them to share? What kind of stories are you looking for?
To be honest, I'm looking for anything that's different. Obviously, there's been stories that are related to Somali and stuff, which is fine. But I'm looking for something that's quite different as well.
Okay.
Maybe talk about family, travel, career aspirations, anything related to day-to-day life or a Somali person, just things like that. That's what I'm looking for.
It's gone kind of viral.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that kind of reaction?
No, I wasn't expecting that at all. And initially I wanted it to base in London, take photos of Somalis that are living in London. But then, a lot of people have been sending me stories around the world, so I thought maybe this could be an international platform for everyone.
Okay. And where are most of your followers? Because I remember you telling me an interesting story. Most of your followers are not from London, are they?
No, they're actually from America and Canada.
And so most of the pictures you get, I've seen some as far as Far East.
Yeah, China.
See China.
Yeah.
I think I've seen lots from the States.
Yeah.
Different parts of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you envision it going? What do you think is going to happen to the project? Where's it going to develop into?
Well, I hope to create an expedition in the future. I recently got into a photography competition, and it will showcase some of my work.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. And I have to create new pieces and create a bit of something that's different to what I've done before.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been focusing on that and trying to make it perfect in a way.
Oh, okay. And the exhibition is based around just photos, or is it?
It's good. There's going to be photographers, filmmakers, and spoken word artists throughout the whole day. It's kind of like a convention.
Oh, okay. Did you want to go into photography? Was that your interest?
No, funnily enough, it wasn't. I have a background in politics, so
yeah. I didn't think that. I thought you did economics.
No,
politics. Okay, right. Okay, go on.
So when I first decided to do photography, because it was always a passion, but I never really pursued it, as in just carried on. But I thought maybe I wanted to make some sort of platform or make it something that's something that I would enjoy doing, and then Somali Sideways happened, so I thought I'll just stick with that.
Originally, you took pictures of people, and then afterwards you just allowed them, because obviously you said an international platform, people would have to send the pictures to you.
Yeah. So all the ones pretty much that are in London, I take them and I meet up with the person and whatever. But the ones that are around the world, they send it to me through my email.
Are you selective?
No. I try to be because basically all the stories that have been sent to me, sometimes there are maybe 5 stories in a row that are about mothers, for example.
Okay.
And obviously I don't want to just post even though they've sent me each and every one of them at the same time and stuff. I thought it would be better if one would be about mothers, then the next story would be about travel, and then the next one would be about I want to create a business or something
So you kind of almost do a timeline, so you allow some to come out and then some for later on.
Exactly.
Okay, so you don't want 5 pieces about mothers all coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell me one of your favourite pieces that resonated with you?
there's a lot of stories that are like very very like I not only is it related to me, but it's like it's very inspiring. There's this girl in Canada, and she was talking about the struggles of like living at home, you know, like being like graduating and stuff, and obviously you know looking for a job and whatever, and the struggle of that, and as well as what's going on at home and stuff like that. So I was thinking, yeah, that sort of quite resonates with me because yeah, I went through that.
Well, the struggles of what growing up, the struggles of finding yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
Both the struggles of work, finding myself, what's going on at home, sorting that wherever it's happening, and yeah, it was a struggle.
What I like about Somali Sideways, I mean, it's another platform to obviously, you said, inspire people.
Yeah.
It's quite emotive. Some of the stories are quite, you know, very personal. I'm actually surprised people share such personal stories. It's good. I'm glad that they do, but it's so surprising also. I actually have my favourite as well. There's a story written. Well, it's a picture, and I think the girl's name is Ifra.
Okay.
And her particular story she shares about her background, where she's born, her journey coming to the UK. It's so similar to mine. It's creepy. So what do you do when you're not working on Somali Sideways?
Yeah, I just like meet up with friends, catch up, do a bit of sport, football, tennis.
So you don't have a 9 to 5? You don't have a 9 to 5 job?
Oh yeah, I do. Well, sometimes I do. Yeah. Well, some days I teach English.
Okay.
So I go to like different tuitions and stuff.
Okay.
After school.
Oh, you work as a tutor?
Yeah.
So you're 23?
Yeah.
Very young.
Thank you.
You're born in the UK?
Yeah, I was born and raised here.
Okay. And how do you identify yourself? If I said to you, "Hi Mum, nice to meet you, blah blah blah, I just met you," how would you identify yourself?
Obviously I would identify myself as a British Somali,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Like pretty much my life has been in London. I was born here, I grew up here, like I know like the culture, I know like the system and stuff like that, but when it comes to Somalia or Somalis, I like me personally, I recently started hanging around with them. I never did before.
Okay.
And I like I never been to Somalia before.
Never
in my life.
Do you speak Somali?
Yeah, I do, but my fair share, but if I had a choice it'd be English.
Okay.
But I do speak it when I want to and I need to, and yeah, that's why I think I'm more British than I am Somali.
Okay. But do you...
But obviously I acknowledge that I am Somali, you know. I'm not like these like Somalis who like try to say that they're not, or try to be negative towards their culture and stuff. I embrace it. I know I am Somali.
Okay.
But if it's like whether Somalis comes first before Britain, then that's no.
So if I said to you, are you more British or more Somali, you would say I'm both.
Yeah, I'd say I'm both. I don't like to claim I'm more than the other. I'm definitely like both.
Okay, but we get, and not to sound negative,
Okay.
but yes, you are British born and you're Somali, but do you feel welcomed, or do you feel okay to be British in London or in the UK? In terms of, well, if you look at the media, and if you look at some of the negative things that are around our community, do you think you can actually claim to be British and be proud to be British? Because you see it everywhere. Yes, Somalis are British. They can own it and be proud of it.
No, I mean, like if it comes to like being proud and stuff, I wouldn't say I'd be proud to be British. But
don't get yourself in trouble, by the way.
Yeah.
What should you say? You're joking. No, go on.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you not to be proud. I'm just saying when you see the sort of negative stories that are about Somalis, I just wonder sometimes. I'm not born here, so I can say I'm British Somali because in terms of citizenship, that's fine. But I'm not born here, so I could always say, yeah, I'm Somali because I'm born, I was raised somewhere else for 10 years of my life. I came here and now I'm a citizen. This is the home that I know, yes. But I can categorically say I'm Somali.
Right.
Yes, I'm British, but I'm Somali as it comes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for you, you're born, like for my kids, they're born here, they don't know anything else, they speak the language, this is their home. Yes, they've been back home a couple of times, but And I wonder in the future they turn around and say to me, yeah, Mum, I'm Somali, but I'm British. This is my home. So I'm guessing you're in that category.
Yeah, I look at my like skin color and it's like, it reminds me that I'm not from here, like as in originally.
Okay.
My parents obviously came from the war and stuff and tried to have a better life for me and my siblings. So like obviously you can see the bigger picture here. But like I'm happy to be both, to be honest. Like obviously like I can't be one-sided or the other. I have to be both, like, because I can't be more Somali, even though I've never been. But
have you always felt welcome?
Yeah, with Somalis.
With not Somalis in the country. Have you always felt welcome? Have you always been part of the country? Have you felt okay?
Yeah. I've always.
So you've never had any issues?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had issues. No.
No. From like you feel like you're out of sorts. You don't belong here or anything like that. No. What about the negative press that we get? What do you think of it?
That's a big problem. But I think it's the only way to like tackle that is for Somalis to do in this country, for example, British Somalis to do positive work. That's the only way that you can tackle the negative perceptions of British Somalis, like going into crime, going into all sorts of problems, all the negatives, and the only way to do that is to beat the system in a way.
Okay, but I know so many people that are doing so much work, like for yourself. There are far too many to name that are doing really well, that's done in startups, that are doing project work with the communities they live in, and not just the Somalis, all communities they live in. Do you feel that's enough?
No, well, I think the media or like certain media outlets out there, like for example, I don't know, BBC or Al Jazeera, I think they should showcase Somalis that are doing well, and I don't think they're doing enough on that aspect. I think they're focusing more on the negatives.
What kind of stories would you like to see shared, not only on this channel but everywhere else?
Role models would be good to show them, like on your channel or like in general. Like there's a lot of mashallah, I think there's an increase in Somalis that have gone to university, and there are those who are doing quite exceptional work, and I think if that was to continue, maybe the perceptions of Somalis would change.
Yeah, because people often talk about, there isn't enough role models for our children. I disagree. I think there's
I disagree
so many. But the problem is they're not visible.
Yeah.
No one sees them. They're not people because the media doesn't cover them, and sometimes can be a really worst nightmare because we like to dwindle more and spend more time on our negatives. So we talk about inspiration and aspiration. Who inspires you?
There's two people that inspire me. It's quite two weird individuals. Abraham Lincoln and Malcolm X.
Okay, that took me back. Abraham Lincoln, interesting. Why?
Yeah, it's because he as a president he had to abolish slavery, and he had to unite the North and South so that it could be the United States as we have today. And obviously there were loads of problems in his life, and basically in a nutshell he had to sacrifice all of that for the better of society.
Okay. But he wasn't alone in abolishing slavery, so don't give him all the credit for abolishing slavery.
No, but that was his
slavery.
Intention, I guess.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, and Malcolm X, as we all know, what he's done and stuff, it's fantastic.
And I can't believe it's been 50 years. Wow.
Yeah, 50 years since he got assassinated. Yeah, it's amazing.
So if I asked you, give me what, for him exactly, Malcolm X especially.
Yeah.
What has he done? How has he affected you? Maybe a decision that you made in life based around him or his inspiration?
Yeah.
That's one thing maybe.
I would say probably his calmness, because before he went to Hajj, he was very angry, he was very frustrated. He was always saying the white people are devils and blah, blah, blah. But when he went to Hajj, he started to understand that the religion is very diverse, but they all focus on one thing, which is to worship Allah. I guess I learned from him that sort of coolness and patience and stuff.
Okay, patience and acceptance.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of good. There's all good in everyone. I'm sure there's some evil people, but let's move on. Let's move on. Do you see yourself as a role model, firstly?
Yeah, I like to think so.
Okay, so what inspirations would you like to, how would you like to inspire the younger generation or anybody that wants to maybe change something about their life or take on a new project like you did, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I would say like just pursue it. You know, like just don't hesitate, because I've noticed like in my life, like whenever like projects or anything or decisions I have to make, I was always hesitant, but like, you know, I've learned that you just go for it and just see what happens, and if it fails, at least you tried. And yeah, life is not like a straight from A to B. There's like a bit of like curves when you get to that B, and that curves are like the ups and downs of your life. So that's what I would suggest.
Okay, so social media.
Yeah, social media.
You use it a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Your project is based around social media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how important is it, would you say, for people to utilize social media?
Yeah, I mean, it's important, like if you want to bring like positive change, or like whatever it is, whether it's photography, whether it's like blogs or whatever, social media is very important. It's you could pretty much change people's perceptions and change their sort of way of thinking.
What challenges have you faced when you were doing a project?
Yeah, it was tough, because like obviously like people thought I was going a bit cuckoo. I was like losing it,
right.
Because I was taking photos of people sideways in the beginning. Like people thought I was like a bit going like on the like.
I didn't get Somali Sideways myself. I thought sideways Somali, okay. But it started to grow on me after a while.
Even my mum was asking questions about me.
Saying what?
Like, you know, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's the sideways? But now she's like, yeah, my son runs it now. I'm proud of him.
Proud now,
Just,
so mum acknowledges it now.
Yeah.
That's good. So apart from people thinking you're a bit crazy, was there anything else? Was there a time you thought, this isn't working?
Yeah, there were like, especially like the first few, I just wanted to see, like I asked my friends and they were like a bit reluctant, because they thought it was weird. But I thought, trust me, please, like take part, please. So I took photos of them, like different locations, and then suddenly it started to build momentum. And people were like, I really like this, you should carry on.
Oh, that's good.
So I just carried on.
So initially you were asking people to come on board, but afterwards everyone just came to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So initially you had to get people. It always happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever it's a new thing, people are not a bit sure. As soon as they start to like it, they'll all come and support you, which is good. Do you think our community is quite a supportive community?
I'd say it is. It's a bit of both. Like I think in every like sort of group, ethnic group, there's always like people that support you, and then there are those who don't. And just in general, really, like the whole world, like human beings individually, like they help you and support you, and then there are those who are like not so much.
So you haven't had any negative feedback or any hate on social media? Or...
Yeah, I've had a fair share.
You had a fair share.
Yeah,
okay.
I had my fair share. It was. Yeah, I've had a few like.
To share one.
There was one that was like a bit rude, I'd say. Like they were just saying like, well, what's the point of this? There's no use. It's not really helping like the community, and that sort of.
Okay.
Channel. Yeah, I had one death threat.
No.
Yeah.
Did you just say death threat?
Yeah, death threat. Yeah.
Why? What are you doing wrong?
I don't know. I got one from Nairobi.
Saying what exactly?
Saying that we're coming after you and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because you're doing what exactly?
Because I'm doing sideways.
Because you're doing Somali Sideways?
Yeah. That's what I think. I was just asking back, like, Mohammed, what have you done wrong?
Okay, that's strange.
Yeah.
Okay, apart from that crazy one, how do you usually deal with negative sort of
comments?
Just
like, it doesn't really like brush on me. It's just, I read them like, okay, cool. I just carry on.
Dismiss it?
Yeah, I dismiss it. Because once you start accepting all these negative feedback, it will just like put you off in what you're doing, whatever it is. So like, always think positive. That's the only way to beat that.
I don't know, I would try my best too. I think I can see myself being drawn in. I would definitely just try my best to ignore it.
Because the way I see it is like, you can never please everyone.
It's true.
That's
actually my motto is always kill them with silence. Don't say anything. Just let them do whatever they want to do. Let them talk and go crazy.
Or make your success be the noise. So.
Yay, definitely.
Yeah.
I love the project.
Thank you.
I hope it brings more people together.
Inshallah.
I hope it inspires more people. Yeah. And it's definitely a great platform to share stories. And so keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for doing it.
Thank you.